Welcome to the Chinese Moms in Business Club Queen Bee interview series. My name is Sally Mei. I'm a co-founder of the Chinese Moms in Business Club, and I'm also a founder of 11K Consulting, which is a Chinese PR agency in London. Today, I'm very excited to have our guest speakers, Xiaofang Sutton, today, and I'm going to introduce her in more detail later. Before we start our first Queen Bee interview series, I just want to quickly tell you who we are and why we are doing this. So Chinese Moms in Business Club was founded by my amazing co-founder Xiaofang and myself 2 years ago. And our mission is really simple: to inspire the Chinese moms in business to reach their full potential. So with this mission in mind, Xiaofang and I then thought of this Queen Bee interview series, whereby we would love to invite one amazing Chinese moms in business to share their inspiration stories with our audience. So this is our very first one, and we are super honored to have our co-founder Xiaofang to kick off with, to tell us the real stories behind the scenes. And personally, I know Xiaofang for more than 4 or 5 years now. I know Xiaofang runs her own legal firm, a mother of 3 girls, and also running a household with her husband. So that's quite busy. So today I'm really excited to know more about Xiaofang, what she thinks about work and life. So thank you for joining us, Xiaofang.
You're very welcome. It's a very beautiful introduction of myself. I couldn't do it better. So I'm very honored. Thank you.
And I have to say, I'm always impressed by Xiaofang's total calmness, amazing energy, and always can-do attitude in all aspects of life. So my very first question to Xiaofang is really to know more about your business life. So I know you are the CEO of LCN Legal, which is a legal firm with offices in China and UK. You work with multinational companies globally. And you are also mother of 3 girls. So what made you become a CEO of LCN Legal, and what the transition was like when you took on this role?
Well, I think that's a very good question. I think in terms of the first one, what made me to be the CEO. I think for me, I have to say, deep inside my heart, I wanted that role. I wanted that challenge. And then back into January 2018, when the business been 5 years, and we took on more people. So we really need somebody full time, being a CEO, which is looking after people, and also in the strategic planning thinking full time. So I just jumped it. I just grabbed that opportunity. It from my heart, I felt like I want it, but it's very challenging role. So, the transition was really, I would describe it as like climbing a hill. It's uphill feeling, because, I'm going to manage senior lawyers. They are all much older than me. They are all lawyers, and I studied law, but I'm not qualified lawyer. So for me, it's full of doubt, full of like, what are they going to listen to me, and also how I'm going to communicate with effectively. So it's definitely a lot of reading, a lot of leadership reading, and leadership books reading, a lot of self-talk, positive talk, despite all the doubts. Yeah, so it's climbing the hills. But I'm glad I took the role, because feel like I reached to a point I enjoy it.
Yes, well, that's amazing. I know it's difficult to manage people who are older than you, and also in a field that they are so professional and experts at. So I understand that you introduced a very specific and very unique management approach to manage the senior legal team. Could you tell us more about this management process?
Yes, I'm very excited, and also I'm actually personally very proud. So that's something actually I implement when I became a CEO back in 2018. And it's called EOS. So stands for Entrepreneurial Operational System. So I don't think we have time to go into in a very detail. So, but I would strongly recommend all the Chinese moms out there, whether you are owning your own business or you are in a very senior role, which I think a lot we are. So the book called Traction by Gino Wickman, and it transformed our business. So I think it's just two ways. I really want to talk about these two ways to transform our business. The first one, it forced us as a team to look at our 10-year vision, our 5-year picture, and also our 3 years and 1 year goal. But what transformational for us, this is not just me and Paul, which is my husband, thinking about in our head, trying to figure out where we're going. But this is about our team, really involve our team to actually involve into the vision, and they become the paintbrush, they hold the paintbrush to actually paint the vision with us together. And then I really felt that transforming in a way is we are really, rolling this boat together rather than just a very lonely journey. So this is the first one. So the second one is the meeting, and we have team meetings and the meeting system, this US system implemented, and also a data which is called scorecard. It's basically like every business you have key performance indicators. So it's really for us to think hard. Took us a while, at least 6 months, to actually finalize what we call scorecard. So a set of KPIs to basically just, for me, it's a challenge. Imagine if I'm actually right now having a holiday with my children, and all I need to look at is this set of numbers by the end of the week, and then I can know, are we actually on track with this quarterly ROC, this quarter financial target or not? So that's really, really the challenge. But I'm glad, it's still making progress. We're still getting better and better. But I'm just so glad we actually done it, because really feel like in control. It's really exactly like the book title, Traction. So I'm strongly recommend.
Wow, amazing. I think you did mention it to me, and I did read the first half of the book, so I must.
You must. I strongly recommend, especially obviously right now you got other stuff, and it's just amazing because you really build trust within the team, and also I definitely got more and more trust with our team, and which is fantastic, because that's actually one single thing enable me right now in this year COVID-19 pandemic thing. I can totally get myself out and look after the children.
Wow, amazing. I'm going to steal your idea and implement in my own company. Yes. So really curious to know, now you combine work and life. How has your attitude changed over years? Is it more difficult to be a CEO, or is it more difficult to be a mom of your 3 girls?
Well, I think I'm going to go for the first question, my attitude. I think really changed from I separate my business from my family life. I used to say I'm juggling between 2 things, but now for me, being a CEO, being a businesswoman, for me is actually interwoven with being a mother, because for me, they share a same aspect, which is serving. For me, it's about service. They are 2 different platforms for me to do service to. Being a CEO, for me, I always telling my team, I'm a servant to you guys, because for me, it's about how I can actually, through effective communicating, and get the true potential out of my team, really let them perform. Because if individually they perform better, our team together, we perform better. And the same thing with being a mother to my 3 girls. How can I actually create a loving, harmonious family environment so my girls can feel loved naturally? They can just nourish and then they're happy. And only in that state, I felt like they can be who they wanted to be. They have the, they have the strength and courage. They love themselves, so they don't criticize themselves. So for me, my attitude definitely change is they are 2 platforms for me to do service, which give me so much joy because it's challenging. It's so challenging. So this obviously reached to the question number 2, which one, I think the question should be, which one is more challenging, And I think for me, it's definitely being a mother. Wow. Because, children are so spontaneous. They live in their moment, and they are really a mirror to ourselves, especially emotional wise. And I think, for me, I have a 3-year-old, Romy, and I think she's actually still having a terrible tooth, even she's at 3. For me, when she's screaming, when she just wants something straight away, and then, I'm just my own emotion, I'm get angry, I'm get so impatient. And sometimes my feeling of, I just feel like, oh my gosh, I want to hate her, that feeling. And this is, for me, is challenging, but also I really grab it as an opportunity, because for me is, wow, this little monkey creates opportunity for me to be more patient, and I think this is what I wish to be a very loving mother, and then she is here create this situation. So I have to react in a way, I have to grab that couple seconds, not shout, but instead, what happened? Can I help you? But it's very challenging. I think it's very challenging because you only got that couple seconds, that seconds, and then you decide, do you want to shout? Or you deep breathe, you're gonna kneel down and look into her, say, let me cuddle you first. It's hard. It's hard. I think for me, that's I'm still, it's definitely my meditation topic.
No. It's so inspiring. Yes. I cannot imagine how you deal with a team and then also 3 girls. You make it sound very easy. It's only 2 platforms, but honestly, you're doing at least 2 full-time jobs at the same time. Yes. Oh. Yes. So we are now still in the COVID-19 world. We are doing this interview from our home, and I know that you have been experiencing COVID-19 both in China and also in the UK. Has it changed your perspective in business and in life?
Well, I have to say I'm very, very lucky. I went through 2 lockdowns. So yes, so obviously also forced us to move back to UK, and then shorten our 1-year China stay. But I think I always see, as you say, I'm sometimes stupidly positive. For me, I just grab. I think it really forced me. I think one thing I just thinking hard about how to answer this question. I think one thing really is it really forced me to work on the business rather than work in the business anymore. Previously when the girls at school, I got the time. I kind of still involved into the details of the business and then trying to talk to the team, what should we do, and then really kind of wanting to contribute my own ideas. But because now 3 girls homeschool, and I choose to actually looking after them and cooking them. It gave me pleasure. I it's something I choose. So which means I don't have that much time. And really, I have to really basic thinking, what should I put that limited couple hours a day, even half an hour a day, what should I do? And it really is about, for me, I think my strength is to give the perspective, which is the team who involved into it. they are really in the middle of it. They can't really see. And that's also, I think, over the years, you know, being a CEO and also being working with lawyers. And then from previous, I was actually feel very, you know, feel like my value is, I don't have that much value to contribute to a law firm because I'm not a lawyer. To now, my gosh, I got huge value to bring to this law firm because I'm a law lawyer, because I have so different perspective. I can really give them that perspective they don't have. And so yeah, so definitely that for me is really working really on the business and really looking into thinking about 5 years and 10 years, and then really working on, you know, to define our vision, and then to really run better quarterly meetings and setting better quarterly goals for the company, for our individual team member. So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I want to get you to be my CEO now.
No, I think you'll be much better than me.
So that's really remarkable. So looking ahead, what are you most looking forward to in the next 5 years, either in business or in life?
I think I'm going to say something maybe people might feel like shocked, or if they are not really in their spiritual journey. So I think right now I'm definitely through this lockdown period. I spend a lot more time on meditation, and much more than I previously do. I think just to go straight to answer the question, I'm most excited about is through deepening my spiritual journey, what impact that will bring to my business life and to my personal life, and that feeling of not knowing, the feeling of uncertainty, and what this could become, and what living with that certainty, it's that feeling of, oh my God, but at the same time, oh my God, you know, kind of, you feel like, oh, you know, you don't know, but then you feel like just let it happen. And I think that's definitely for me is most excited to see what more I could bring to the team and to the family life right now, you know, my girls.
Amazing. Yes, I think that's almost like the highest possible achievement, that you feel certain in the uncertainty.
Yes.
I think that's what we all want to become in this uncertain time. Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I have 2 more questions for you, if I may. So if you were going to restart your business again, what would you wish to do differently or tell yourself after having all these experiences and lessons?
So I think for me, what I would actually tell myself 7, 8 years ago is go to meditate on a daily basis. I think this rather than say, you know, don't give up and then, you know, don't let fear control you, is imagine our mind is like a lake or ocean. You know, if the lake is just having constantly waves and all the kind of big wave and everything, even we throw a big stone, a huge stone as big as our house, just you can't feel it, you know, because the wave, because all the waves, you know, all the mind, you have all sorts of thoughts going on. But imagine the lake and ocean are so calm, you know, it's just like, it's so calm, it's like a mirror. And if we throw a little stone, and you can see the ripples going on and on and on. I'm saying this is because only our mind and calm, only we give ourselves space just to calm down, and we really can have that idea, we really can unlock creativity. And then that's, for me, I think meditation gave to me is actually is unlocked unlimited creativity, which I used to is so worried, I don't have creativity, where that is. It's just because the mind are so full of worries and all the fears and everything. But I felt like it's so important. So for me, it's always the image of calm the lake, and then I can better deal with, deal with the difficulties. But also it's, I think when you are calm and then the ideas come to you and then you can really quickly grab it, and I felt like if I actually rigidly did meditation as I did now, I think I will definitely worry less, and I think I'll definitely more fearful, more courage, have more courage, and I'll just do it. And I think most important is do everything less stressful. Kind of sometimes, my husband say, "Oh my gosh, you're a drama queen." Everybody, I think every one of us, there's a little drama queen living in there, and then you just feel like, "Oh my God, I can't handle it anymore." And then that's fine. But I think why I have that is because it's deep inside my lake or my ocean is like, constantly, rocking your boat. It's literally rocking your boat. It's not working with you, it's working against you. So that's definitely, I will tell myself, go meditate, lady.
I'm going to ask you how to start meditation, and I'm sure some of our listeners may be also interested. So my final question is, what really motivated you to start the Chinese Moms in Business Club together with me 2 years ago?
Oh, yes. I think this have to back to the beginning, the little stories of, why I reached to you. I was going through my own journey, being, running the business, and also looking after family. A lot of things is going on, and then so the idea is just saying, I need a mentor, so I reach out to you, and then we had this lovely coffee together, and then the idea just naturally come out. I think it's just the essence, just through this story, is to encouraging us to reach out, to find somebody who are, to create a community. I think is non-judgmental, and we can share our true self, and also based on the belief you have something I truly value and I really can learn from every day. And I have something you can learn. And then so we can actually learn from each other. And really, I think is motivation is really create something. We come from the same background and we share we have the difficulties in one way or another, but we create this little thing, and everybody come to us. We open our arm. We are the same. We're in a different stage of the business life, the motherhood. But you can come to share with us. We're encouraging them to come to share with us, because by sharing, I think, is a way of getting out our, sometimes we say depression and emotional drainage. Talk to us, and then we can actually bouncing ideas, and then really constantly, I think, constantly reminding us we have strengths. Don't keep an eye on your weakness.
Yeah.
And we help each other really to release our true potential. I think that's definitely is one of the motivation. We can do better, and we're already very perfect who we are, but we can't actually achieve something, and then that's what we've been doing to each other, don't we? We're encouraging each other, we motivate each other, we hold each other accountable, and we really having, just by this, it's very for me, it's really like what you said. It's a lovely conversation. I really show true myself to you.
Yes, thank you.
That's what it is.
Yes, I'm very privileged to hear your story from your heart. Yes, very inspiring. Yes. I'm sorry that our time is limited, so that comes to the end of our first Queen Bee interview series. Before we end, Xiaofang, do you have any final remarks you want to make?
I think it's just come to join us or come to talk us, whether my story or later on Sally's story or other mom story inspires you, or you feel like no connection or whatever, just I think I just want you to know to love yourself, everyone in a different stage. And again, my life mantra, don't give up. Don't give up. And keep going one day at a time. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, one day at a time. Yes. So to this note, I will end this interview series. And if you are our new listener, please do let us know your feedback. If there are any specific topics you want to hear from us. And even though we are called Chinese Moms in Business Club, we are very open-minded. We welcome other women and other nationalities as well. So we would love you to follow us and share your stories with us. We are going to try to do this once a month. So do keep coming back to us. And next time we will have another amazing guest speaker sharing her story with us. And thanks again, Xiaofang, for all your heartfelt stories and insights.
My pleasure. Thank you, Sally.
Thank you.